Hello everyone, welcome back. Been a while, apologies for that. Been busy again, away with work, family life, all the usuals. I've got another mystery bag. Now, like all the previous ones, and I am really grateful, Captain Coinman, one of my subscribers, sends me packages. Sometimes he gives me the heads up, other times he doesn't say a word and I get a nice little package arrive. This is one of those packages. It literally turned up a couple of days ago, and when I got back from work, my missus said, "Oh, you got a package. I recognise the writing." So I had a quick look. Yep, it's the cap. So thanks again. These are going to be really interesting based on what he's written on the other side of the bag. It says there in red, "Look out for trimetallic." So, I don't know about you guys, but I have heard of trimetallic coins, but never actually seen one. Now, I did get a glimpse of some of the contents because I had to reseal the bag. There's a bit of sellotape just here because when I cut the envelope open, I slipped and caught the bag itself. So when I pulled it out of the envelope, out of the jiffy bag, I had coins going everywhere. So sellotaped up, resealed. Now, a quick thing before we get stuck into these. I'm literally just going to go through them, pull them out, have a quick look, see what's there, and be putting them into our normal tub down the line. On a slight tangent, a little while ago I won an auction on eBay. I'm diversifying slightly with getting banknotes, but part of my side collection of trying to get one coin from each place around the world, managed to get myself some coins from North Macedonia, of all places. So I've got, nearly dropped it, the 1 and some 2s of their currency. Now, what I don't have, now these are 2024. If anybody out there has got the 5 for 2024, hit me up. My email address is at the end of the video. Let me know. I'll see if we can't come to a quick arrangement. I'll send you a couple of these, a couple of 2s and a 1, make it the equivalent of a 5, just so I can fill the gap. Right, that out of the way. Yeah, Captain Coinman, absolutely superb gent, sends me all these. His supplier is local to him. He doesn't go into too much detail, but he does say it's all to do with house clearances. That's all we'll say for now. So what I'll do, if I just pull some out, let's zoom in a bit as well, we can see what we're doing. We'll have a quick look at them. We won't go into any major detail, just have a quick glance, see what we've got, and go from there, really. Like I say, these will be going into the tub. So we've got Macau 2007, 5 Patakas. We've seen Patakas before, but I don't think we've had a 5. There's a 10 kroner, quite a chunky thing. We've seen those before. Might be a different year. What have we got there? That I think is 10 fils. I want to say Egypt, I'm not convinced. We got Greece, 1912. Dominican Republic, 10 pesos. Colombia, 1995, 200 pesos. Norway, 1 krona. What's the date on that? 1925. That's a nice early one. This is ones I like. The German stuff. The German banknotes are the bit that keep me going, to be honest. If you've ever seen old style German banknotes, even the old Russian, the Imperial Russian ones, they're very ornate, they're very arty, shall we say. Some of the German stuff is very artistic. It's brilliant, I love it. That is a 1921 50 Pfennig aluminium. What else we got? Rhodesia, 1 cent. Luxembourg, yeah, 50 francs. We've seen 50 francs from them before in the past. Australia, what's that, $1? I've never seen that design before, so that's nice. Ecuador, Spain, another Colombia, Italian 5 lira, 1930. 25 cents. Now that looks, I'm going to say Dutch Antilles. Yep, there we go. Nederlanden Antillen. Dutch Antilles. The date 1990. That's fairly modern. Oh, I think we've seen some of these in the past that were, I want to say 1920s. Here we are. Bimetallic Italian. That's 1,000 lira. I think I've got that one. There's a couple of, I think there's, for this particular coin, there's 2 years or only 3 years. This one's down the side there, down the left, 1998. I think it was I want to say either 1992 or 1994, and that year. Cricket, that one I want to say is probably Sri Lanka. Yep, Sri Lanka, 1999, celebrating the 1996 World Cup. What have we got there? Francois Rude. Oh, what a superb name. 10 francs, 1984. Don't think we've seen that one. Here we go. 50 Reichspfennig, A mint mark, Berlin, 1940, with the usual angry cross on the back. The A mint mark is usually a very, very common coin to come across. That one is, looks like an F, so that'd be Stuttgart. 1942, 50 Reichspfennig. Then we've got 20 euro cents. That's from Greece. Lietuva, what's that, Lithuania, 1999. There's some really nice coins in here of countries we've seen, but the coins we haven't, which is really good. It always adds to the fun of the hunt. So here we go, Argentina, 1957, 20 centavos. That's quite new feeling, actually. I doubt it's been out in circulation much. 2000. I can never remember which country that one is. I'm useless when it comes to some of these. You're probably screaming at me now. It's such and such. Yeah. By the time I've probably got about 5 coins along, it suddenly dawned on me which one it is. It's like a nice big heron. I want to say South Korea, 500 won. Oh, another one of these. I think again Egypt, possibly. What year is that one? 1938. See, there's quite a few here. So rather than ploughing through too many, let's see if we can find one of those bimetallics. Oh, bimetallic. Seeing that one from Turkey, that's bimetallic. Me being the numpty, I'm trying to find, 2024. That one we definitely haven't seen before. Yeah, we're looking for a tri-metallic. Italy, bimetallic. Greece, bimetallic. Oh, here we go. France. That looks, if you've ever fired a 2.2 air rifle, the pellet, when it hits something and sticks to a wall or anything like a brick, it flattens out. That is what that there looks like in the middle. So you've got a gold colour, silver colour, gold colour. Spin you around. 1992, 20 francs. Now, like I said, I've heard of these. I've never seen them. And given how many French coins I've come through, you know, I've handled over the last few years, I'm surprised I've not seen any. Okay, very nice. So what have we got on that side? Don't know, that could be... I want to say, I nearly said St Michael's Mount, but that's Cornwall. So what else we got? 5 francs, big chunky coin, 1940, so that's wartime period. Soviet 1 ruble. 41 to 45. Where's the date? Is there a date? I don't think there's a date. My guess is this is, I think, the 1975 issue for 30th anniversary at the end of the war. Still in really good shape as well, actually. Now, right, before I say this wrong, that says 50 or, but based on what I was told a little while ago from a previous video, it's pronounced or It's more of a U-R-E than an O-R-E, so I'm going to stick with 50 or. I'm going to be an ignorant so-and-so. But yeah, 50 U from Norway. Quite a dark coin, actually. Can't work out whether it's supposed to be dark in the first place or whether it's very, very heavily toned. What's the date on that? Feels like zinc, so it's probably dark in the first place. 1941. There we go. So pretty much wartime for them as well. Cool, I nearly said that was Caesar. Nah, that's not. That's what date have we got there? 1 3, no 1 2, possibly 8 2. That's possibly 1 3 8 3. I can't work it out. But I nearly said Iraq as well on that one. I've seen quite a few. There we are. There's another one. I thought I saw another one just now. So that'll be 10 fills, I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. I think that's the same sort of date. What do you reckon? Same date? That top one is definitely 1252 or 53. So yeah, nice shiny 100 francs, 1968. Good year, if I say so myself. I think we've seen this one before. I'm not sure. Don't recognise that site, but I do recognise that design. 100 potatoes from Spain. That looks like 80 in the star. So that'll be a 1980 in readiness for Spain 82 for the World Cup. Yeah, 1980 on there. So the Spanish ones, they did for years and years, from the 40s onwards, 50s, all the way through to the very, very early 80s. You had a date on the front, but you often had at least 1 or 2 stars on the back, and one of them had the actual year of issue. So that one is 80. So there's probably an 81 and an 82 out there as well. We have seen them before, which I've probably already got. 2004. Is that D mint mark? Yeah. So you got ourselves. Oh, that's. Although it says Lewis and Clark, I think that's called the Reed boat or the flat bottom boat or something. That's based on the design of the boat itself rather than Lewis and Clark. I've seen a few of those in the past, but again, I handle quite a few of those and very rarely see them. 10 francs, another 50 from Germany, 1935 this time. Now if you notice, it might say 50 Reichspfennig, and again it's an A mint mark. if you notice, 1935 was the period of the angry Austrian artist being in charge, shall we say. What's missing? The Angry Cross. Well, although he got into power in 33, you don't tend to find coins with that logo on it until about 36. So it took a few years for them to probably redesign it. They probably didn't have the kids show Blue Peter on over there, so they couldn't put it out as a competition for the kids. If you're old enough to know what I'm talking about, take a few more painkillers. 1993, Slovenia. What have we got on that one? Trying to work out which way round it is. That way round. 1918, Roland Garros. Doesn't he do tennis? Nah, I think he was a pilot. Looking at that, I'd say he was a pilot. 10 francs, 1988. There are quite a few here. Uganda. 200 marks, 1923. Again, the usual eagle without anything added. We've got loads here. Let's just skip through a few, shall we? Ooh, what have we got there? Oh, it's another 500. It's that one we had earlier, which I think was Korea. $20 millions. Ooh, I'm not sure which country that one is. That's the thing with quite a few of the countries in the Middle East. Sort of everything from pretty much, if you go from the left coast of Africa, so Tunisia, Algeria and all that neck of the woods, and go across the northern coastline and then up towards Iran, you've probably got easily 15 countries, and they all share the same general language. So the script, the Lithuania, the script is generally the same. So it's knowing the country's individual logos, shall we say, you know, their national emblems. Let's see what else we've got in here. Ooh, let's pull you back a little bit. It's another tri-metal one. It's got a little bit of scuzz on that one. That might clean up. 1994, 20 francs. This is obviously tied in with the Olympics. Pierre de Courtin, 1863 to 1920 scuzz. Can't work it out. 67? No, can't be. But yeah, that's another one. 1994. Very nice. Yeah. When he said on the bag metallic, I was expecting singular. That's plural. Thank you very much. That is that Cambodian? I want to say Cambodia. I'm not sure. It's not Thailand. It's the wrong design. Again, that part of the world as well. So you've got Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. They all share a very, very similar script. So as you go west towards, shall we say, Bangladesh, it changes slightly, and as you hit India, it changes slightly again. I always get the two mixed up between Bangladesh and India. But even below India, you've got Sri Lanka. Same style script. So you do need to be on the ball. But yes, chappie in a uniform with some medals. Could be Cambodia. Probably be proven completely wrong. Right, 5 cents. Upsy downsy. Oh, Dutch Antilles again, 1975. Don't think we've seen that one before. It's usually those flower-shaped ones. Another Arabic. This one is Jordan. 50 fills. Dude with a slick back hair and a funky looking mustache. Where's the date? Nice easy one for us. 1991. So obviously 1991 for that. Sweet. There we are, big chunky beast. $500 bolivars, 1998 from Venezuela. Yeah, when I first started, and every so often now when I have a brain fart moment, and they do happen more often than I want to admit to, but whenever I see bolivars, I always think, oh, that's Bolivia. No, it's Venezuela. Live and learn. Usually do it the hard way. 1,000 rupiah from Indonesia. Oh, that way around. Angklung. Sounds like a German rock band. 2010. 1 yuan from China. Ah, it's actually written in, I was going to say English, around the outside. Usually it's all in Chinese script and some description. 1995? What's that looking old thing? Oh, yes, I have not seen one of these in a little while. That is Ethiopia. That is Haile Selassie. I can't read the script, but yeah, that is Ethiopia. Very nice. You don't see many Ethiopian coins. But yeah, that is Ethiopia. I don't know how much it is, but I recognise the style, the design, and I recognise that portrait. He actually came to the UK and he was given a tour of, now where was it? I want to say it's Weston-super-Mare of all places down here in the southwest in the early mid-30s, and he was guided around by Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Burgess, Victoria Cross. He was one of my projects from about 20 years ago. I did a lot of research on Dan Burgess, how he got his VC in the First World War, and how he went on to become the governor at the Tower of London. Right, 1 Cruzeiro, 1946 from Brazil. Don't tend to see older Brazil ones. That is another, I want to say Greek, but it's not. Or is it? Yeah, I think that's Greek. Ooh, one with Elizabeth II on. Bahama Islands. 1966, 10 cents. 2 francs. Oh, hang on. Aluminium, that design, that, I think, I want to say that's more Eastern. 1971. Yeah, there we are. Nouvelle Caledonie, New Caledonia. Yeah, east as in to the east of the planet rather than Asia east. Yeah, so New Caledonia. Ooh, very nice. Don't see any of those for a little while, then 2 or 3 turn up. If you were here back at Christmas in December, I did an advent calendar, and we had a New Caledonia coin come up on that, and I was opening up a new door each day. $1, that looks like Australia again. Yep, 2002. 1 peso, 1933. Republic of Chile. Now the Bahamas, there are some really good ones in here and really nice ones. South Carolina, 2000, so that's going to be one of the US state coins. Yeah. Quarter dollar. Denver Mint Mark. There's loads of these out there. When I first went to the States back in 2001, a couple of weeks after 9/11, so the plane was empty. It was brilliant. Even the parks, the parks were open, but there was no queues. We started to collect some of these at the time. You could get a big sort of presentation folder type thing from local shops, and every time you had your change, you were ferreting through. So it's the early days for me of coin collecting without realising it. Oh, San Marino. Oh. 200 lira. Very nice. I don't know if I've got any San Marino. I'll have to look into that. So I'll pop him to one side for another day. Azerbaijan. We've seen these in the past. Another 1941 Angry Cross. 10 Reichspfennig. E Mint Mark. That was E. Oh. Moldenhuten, I think. Possibly wrong on that. I'm not too sure. Cayman Islands, we've seen a fair few Cayman ones. They seem to be doing the rounds at the moment. You get a bag of mixed and there's usually a handful of Cayman, but the good thing is they're usually small, so they don't take up a lot of room or a lot of weight. Right, $1 chunky. I want to say Australia again. Yep, 2005. 10 francs. See, there's absolutely loads in this bag. So all of these was Mauritius. That's shiny. 2012. I will be throwing these into the main tub. 1922 50 Pfennigs. Denmark 1927 5 Ur. Yeah, these will be going into the tub, and when we do when normal service resumes, I'll be able to pull them out. There we go. There's another one there from Ethiopia. Normal round design without the internal floral bits. Yeah, same design on the back. I think the writing was different. So yeah, again, I can't read that font, that style. Netherlands, New Caledonia again, another one. This one's even better condition actually. This is nice. 1971. Sweet. Millionaire Capitan. 1987. 10 francs from France. I think we've seen that one before. I'm not sure actually. Some of the French stuff you see on a regular basis, others like that not so often, so it's always nice to see. 2 pesos 2016 Argentina. Nice bimetal, very nice actually. Last couple for now. Macau 68, and that says Portuguese Republic. So that was when Macau was still a Portuguese territory. is that 68 or yeah, 68. I thought I was going to say 63. So yeah, so we've had two different Macaus, what, 50 odd years apart, 40 odd years apart. One modern, one older. South Africa, 50 rand, I'm guessing. 50 cents probably actually. Ooh, that's Lev. Denmark. That's a turtle. Tartuga. Oh, what's this? Pirates of the Caribbean coins. One Escudo 1994. Not too sure where that is. I might look into that one. Another Arabic one. So yeah, there's quite a few here that, like I say, they will be going into the tub. George VI, and just be a case really of waiting for them to come out in the pool. 1938 threepence, British West Africa. At the time in the UK, these would have been silver. That is just your normal nickel. 10 Cedis from Ghana. 1 dinar from Serbia. 2017, that's India. 10 rupees. Another American quarter. That one is Delaware from 99. D Mint mark. 5 Guaranis from Paraguay. I think that again was one of the ones that we might have seen on the advent calendar. Another Dutch Antilles. 10 cents. Bahamas. There's a lot here. So again, a big thank you to Captain Coinman. There's some really nice, some really interesting coins there, and like I say, they will be all going into the tub and being pulled out down the line in a real proper coin hunt. So hopefully for now this has whetted the appetite. Good half an hour or so of me waffling on about coins, and then we can look at them again at a later date, a little bit closer up maybe. Anyway, until then folks, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like. Let me know you've watched it. Let me know what one you saw possibly is your favourite. I mean, you've got the tri-metal ones. They do stand out once you see them. For me, the old German stuff never fails to interest me. Same with Denmark as well. Started to get a year run going for some of the Danish coins. So yeah, let me know. And if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed this, please consider clicking the subscribe button, and I will see you lovely folks in the next video. Until then, take care. Cheers all.